Good afternoon, Kettleland. Temperatures this afternoon already in the 30s and 40s for some of us. We're at 39 in Aberdeen, 35 degrees in Pierre, 47 in Rapid City, and 32 in Sioux Falls. Forecast for today, afternoon highs in the 30s and 40s to near 50 in Rapid City. More details on your forecast coming up as we begin midday in Kettleland.
Live from Kettleland Media Group, midday in Kettleland.
Remembering the Wounded Knee Massacre, a look at today's somber anniversary coming up.
I'm Trevor Shirley in Washington. The U.S. military is changing how it handles sexual assault allegations. Coming up, here why some people say this is a good thing for military service members. I've got that story coming up just ahead.
Good afternoon and thanks for having us in. A 30-year-old man is behind bars facing a list of charges following a string of events that spanned 2 counties. Colton Ware is being held in the Pennington County Jail. He was arrested in Rapid City yesterday following incidents in Lawrence County. Deadwood police say officers tried stopping Ware, who was a suspect in a domestic violence case in Lead. Police say he refused to get out of his car and rammed the officer's vehicle. According to online records, Ware is charged with aggravated assault on law enforcement, eluding, grand theft, and drug charges. Today marks the 133rd anniversary of the Wounded Knee Massacre. Kettleland's Lauren Solik and myself recently spoke with people living on the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation about the somber anniversary, the violence that persists, and their hope for the future. The first report in our 8-part series, Emergency and Hope on Pine Ridge, will start to air later today on Kettleland News. Pivoting to weather, it's a dry forecast out there, isn't it, Scott?
Oh, it is. Yeah, plenty of sunshine to go around. We are looking at temperatures today that are already above average in many locations, maybe even hitting 50 today in Rapid City. So we'll melt some of the snow and ice across Kettleland. We do have mostly clear skies at the moment. As we get into tonight and tomorrow, I think the clouds will eventually start to thicken. That may happen across eastern South Dakota. It's something that it will be in response to a clipper coming in from the northwest, and we should move through dry, but don't be too surprised to see an isolated flurry or maybe even a quick hit of light snow for tomorrow. The thicker clouds and the colder temperatures eventually arriving. 32 degrees in Sioux Falls. We have 28 in Yankton, 32 degrees in Huron. It's 39 in Aberdeen, while it's 33 in Watertown, 35 in Pierre, and 47 in Rapid City. Winds are light, 5 to 15 miles per hour. In many locations, the winds will be stronger for tomorrow. So for today, we'll have mostly sunny skies. We'll go with an increase in cloud cover as we go through the overnight hours and into tomorrow. Aberdeen and northeastern South Dakota, we may hit the lower 40s this afternoon. And mostly clear tonight as temperatures fall to the 20s. Central South Dakota, numbers near 40 today with mostly sunny skies. And western Kettleland, there's a chance to hit 50 in Rapid City. And then we do fall to the lower 30s as we go through the overnight hours. I'll have more details on your Kettleland live Doppler forecast coming up.
Former president and 2024 Republican Party frontrunner Donald Trump is vowing to challenge a decision by an official in Maine barring him from that state's primary ballot based on his actions surrounding January 6th. Colorado Supreme Court also ruled to keep him off the ballot. Nicole Kanga explains how pressure is mounting for the U.S. Supreme Court to step in.
Nearly 3 years after the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol, Maine's Democratic Secretary of State has banned Donald Trump from the state's primary ballot.
I am mindful that no Secretary of State has ever deprived a presidential candidate of ballot access. And I'm also mindful that no presidential candidate has ever engaged in insurrection.
Shenna Bellows, issuing a judgment in response to a voter complaint, says her 34-page decision is based on the former president's actions before and after the deadly riot.
I was in no way influenced by my political affiliation or personal beliefs.
Trump's campaign promised an appeal, and his spokesman called Bellows a virulent leftist and a hyper-partisan Biden-supporting Democrat. Maine's decision adds to Trump's legal challenges based on the 14th Amendment. Last week, Colorado's Supreme Court disqualified Trump from seeking the presidency because he engaged in an insurrection.
The Colorado case was a major development in this area, and Maine would then follow along suit. I think we might see other states follow on board.
Thursday, California joined Michigan and Minnesota declining to remove Trump's name. There are challenges filed in more than a dozen states.
We really need a decision from the United States Supreme Court to determine whether or not Donald Trump is qualified to run for and hold the presidency.
As the appeals process plays out, both Colorado and Maine have temporarily put their decisions on hold, which means Trump remains on the ballots in those states for now. Nicole Skanga, CBS News, Washington.
Now, earlier this week, Colorado's Republican Party appealed the Colorado decision to the Colorado High Court. Yesterday, they urged the Supreme Court to step in and rule before March 5th, known as Super Tuesday, when voters in 16 states, including Colorado and Maine, are scheduled to cast primary ballots. Republican Ohio Governor Mike DeWine broke from his party today by vetoing a bill that looked to ban gender-affirming care for minors and ban transgender athletes' participation in girls' and women's sports. The GOP-dominated legislature has enough power to override DeWine's veto, but if or when they would do so is not yet clear. Roughly 20 states, including South Dakota, have measures in place like the proposed legislation in Ohio. Starting on January 1st, an $18 million tax cut for South Dakota businesses will take effect. House Bill 1011, which was passed by lawmakers and signed into law by Governor Kristi Noem, cuts the employer contributions for unemployment insurance by 0.5%.